Okay, guys, so on to proof three. And so let's just dive right in by marking our given information. So this says that angle B is congruent to angle E. So we come down here and we say that angle B is going to be congruent to angle E. Okay, cool. Now it's also told us that BC and ED, so BC and ED are congruent. So now I've got my given information drawn in, which is good. Okay, so I've got my given. So now let's come up with our roadmap. We want to say that ABC is congruent to AED. So let's just go ahead and write that in. That's always a great step. So ABC is congruent to AED. So we're going to put that down here. We're going to say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle AED. I think I got that right. ABC and AED. Good. Okay, so we need to know what is this going to be down here? What is our piece of evidence going to be? And so let's just try and visualize this by drawing in. So we want ABC to be congruent to AED. All right, so I've got an angle and a side. So what do we think might be something else we could use? We could use another angle. We could go angle, side, angle, but I think that I recognize what's going on here. And I think that I recognize this as an isosceles triangle, which is going to end up giving me, so we can go ahead and, so it's okay sometimes to flip steps 2 and 3 if you think that you're onto something. So I think I'm going to be able to say this. I'm going to be able to say that these two sides are congruent to each other. And then, therefore, I'm going to have side, angle, side. So I'm going to go ahead and write side, angle, side in here. Okay. Hopefully that's not too confusing to anybody. So I see that I've got side, angle, side right now, and that's what's going to prove ABC is congruent to AED. But now I need to write down what I just drew in. So I drew in that AB is congruent to AE. So let's write that. So AB is congruent to AE. All right, but I need a piece of evidence that proves that, right? So what's my evidence going to be? Well, I noticed that I've got two angles, and now we're looking at, so this is one of those tricky ones where I'm actually going to talk about some bigger triangles. So if I look at this big triangle, I see that this big triangle is isosceles because whenever I have two angles that are congruent to each other, then I know that the triangle has to be isosceles, and therefore the segments across from those angles. All right, so that means let's see how we can make. So that means that that segment across from the angle and that segment across from the angle, they also have to be congruent. So that's why I got to draw my little marks in there. And so my piece of evidence as I go down here, because I need to write evidence in for what I just wrote, that AB is congruent to AE. My piece of evidence is just going to be let's hope I don't misspell this, isosceles. Oh, and I'm running out of room. Watch, we'll do this. We'll go smaller like that. Oh, no, that's not good. That's not good, Mr. McSparrow. Oh, I did get myself a little triangles. We'll say that's triangles. Okay, so there we go. So I'm good there. I've got all my information. Okay, so I've got ABC. So I've got my final piece of proof, and then I've got the one extra thing that I needed to prove that. So that's enough right there. That's your proof for number 3.